over here in my canner, I have 19 cups of tomato juice. That's what I was able to do in the blender with what was ripe so far. And I'm trying to do something totally different this year, so I'm figuring the half batch is a good idea to try. So I'll be popping on again to show how the new mini veggie slicer works. Without coring the tomato, because not everybody has a tomato core. And this one has a bad spot. So it's like, oh, what am I going to do? So I'm going to put it in like that, core and all. And this is the first time I'm trying this too, so it may be bad. But I'm going to line it up with that little black thing in the bottom of the tomato. Move my colander and slice. So this is the one with the bad spot with the tomato. So really, it's always good to check. Just don't throw it away, because that might be just surface. Now, what do you do if, you don't have the core like I did and you got this part of the tomato? You take your little Pampered Chef paring knife and cut it off. It's that easy. This is going in for spaghetti sauce, so I'm experimenting with tomatoes. And this bad spot, not sure. Yep, perfect. I'm going to cut through just to see how deep it is. That's it. So it's that deep. There's the spot. So I'll throw that away and keep this much of the tomato. That thick. So yeah, in spaghetti sauce it makes a difference in the prices today of your fruits and vegetables. It matters when you just toss things into the trash. So hope you enjoyed my little demo on my little mini veggie wedger, and I think this is going to be one of my new favorites. Okay, normally I would have my green peppers, onions, oil in a large frying pan. I'm going to use the cooking blender this time. And I want to see, because after you put them in the frying pan and you get the onions and the green peppers to, cook till they're like real limp, then you put them through one of the Folly Mill food grinders to take off all the skins and only use the pulp. Or you can put it through, I use my KitchenAid blender attachment that also has a strainer and does that. But the cooking blender, I mean, it is amazing. You saw the tomatoes, I hope, in the post before, how I just threw them in there, seed, skin and all, and they made a beautiful thick paste, which is actually in my canner now. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try doing the oil, green pepper and onions and do it maybe as the soup or sauce setting. Well, there's a heated puree, so I think I'll do it as the heated puree. That way the onions get to blend with the green peppers and the oil. So I'm going to pour, this is half a batch, so it only needs 1 cup of oil. So I use the canola oil for that. And at the end of last year, at canning season, my husband got a case of I got the case of green peppers. I sent him for a bag of onions, and he brought home a 50-pound bag of onions. We used some, and then I individually froze them and put them in freezer bags. And then same way with the green peppers, but I did these like 2 green peppers at a time. And I've been bringing them up and using them, when I'm cooking and things like that, when we don't have fresh. Very nice to have on hand. How many times do you not have an onion or green pepper? And, when my ankle gives me trouble. I don't go to the store that often. So it was nice to have these in the freezer. Okay, get to the point. Okay, here's the 2 cups of green peppers. They still have some ice on them, but I'm going to make a mess. Dump those into my blender. Though I know it has ice in there, that'll all cook off. Okay, then I got water all over it. I have my scale down here because a full recipe calls for 3 pounds of onions. This, so you know, I will need to be doing 1.5 pounds, which I think that's how I froze the onions, just in case. But we'll weigh them. I'll put it on pounds here. Okay. Okay. See how good I did this. Get this bag off. 1 pound, just a little over 1.5 pounds. So that's going to be perfect. And I'm going to put those in the blenders. I won't make you watch me do that. And I'll give a quick snapshot of them in the blender. What it's doing is heating up, if you see the temperature down there. Okay, and there's a tamper that comes with this. If it doesn't seem like it's going down, which I know it is, and because when the temperature drops, I know the ice is hitting the bottom. So it's going to hate me. I'll probably find out I just voided my warranty. But I'll let you know how it goes. I wanted to show you the funky color of the green peppers, onions, and oil. And, yep, this is getting hot. 165 degrees. And I threw my garlic in there too, because I'm like, the garlic. So I have a bulb. I have a garlic bulb in there. My kitchen smells terrific. So I'm just working on assembling my ingredients, and this show's gonna be on the road quick. As you can see, my tomato juice is boiling, so it's gonna cook off most of the water. And I want to show you this spoon, if it may be sold out already, but they're discontinuing this. Now, it's higher than my stock pot, and I don't know how many quarts my stock pot is. But anyway, it's it's a heavy spoon. It's going to last you a long time. If you do a lot of canning or use big stock pots, this is the spoon for you. Real quick before the blender takes off again, 1 cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of salt, oregano and basil, and 2 12-ounce cans of tomato paste. Then they're getting ready except for the spices to go into the tomato juice. Here's a funky tip I just learned. I just put the tomato paste into the sauce with the sugar and salt, and I had measured the oil in my 2-cup Easy Read measuring cup. Had to wait for the blender. And anyway, I measured my oil that went into the blender with the green peppers and onions in my 2-cup measuring cup. Well, then I had put the 2 12-ounce cans of tomato paste in here. They slid right out into the sauce. That was fantastic. I have a little bit on my spatula, but I'll stir it into the sauce also, and it'll just come off. And then towards the end, I'll add the spices so they don't overcook and lose their flavor. And in a few minutes, I'll be adding the green slurry here. Had to show you this. Can you see the bubbling the boiling of my green pepper, onion, tomato, and garlic. Oh my gosh, the steam coming out of here. The smell. Ah! We just took the lid off the blender. If you could smell this. Yeah, it's not a pretty color, but you know, the peppers and things were heated just softly. But when I do this, just because when I want the pulp, like in a folly mill, it comes out this green color. And when it goes in the sauce, it all blends in and you can't tell. So I'm going to add this to the sauce and I'll be back. Alright, are you ready? This baby cooks. It grinds. It makes milkshakes. It does jam. It does sauces. Best of all, it cleans itself. Da, 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 da. 3 cups water, 1 drop of dish soap. Set to heated wash. Push button. Stand back and let the cleaning begin. If all my appliances did this, I would be in heaven. And this is actually heating the water as it cleans it. And, oh man, my battery's showing low, so let's hope it does a quality video for you. Come on, give me a spin here so people can see it clean before my battery dies. Ah! I don't know if you see it, the temperature climbing. That's what it's doing right now. And it only takes maybe 5 minutes, if even that, probably not even that, to clean. So I put cold water in, I didn't put hot water in, so that would make a difference. But anyhow, I can't tell you how much I love this blender if you haven't figured that out yet. I did blueberry, strawberry, peach, cherry, peach, yeah, I said peach, blueberry, strawberry, peach, grapes. Oh, throwing grapes in there? There's no skins or anything. It made a perfect preserve. Let's see what else I did. Oh, I made lemon curd in it and did a secret center cake. I've made hot chocolate in it. I have made the chocolate pudding in it. There's just so many things. If if you're interested in it, kinda, sorta, go on the Pampered Chef page and look up some of the recipes. There's even a website for the Pampered Chef Cooking Blender. So you could go on there and find out all kind of information. That's what I did before I bought it, because it's like, well, I really use this thing? And I even surprised my husband, because he really, he calls our multi-use cooker the magic pot. It's sitting over here on break. Not for long. But anyhow, he's so much into, the products just like I am. And let's, face it, if you cook, the way to a man's heart is really through his stomach. This is in between times. There she is, all cleaned up and ready to go her next round as the garden continues to thrive.